about the same time as the completion of the asbestos or slightly before.
Are you at this time? Are you foreseeing anything to put the schedule in jeopardy at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
I think it's more about, well, the commitments can be made before 12/31. The ability to get the job done within the 2-year time frame is not a problem. It's just we're moving forward with it.
Thank you.
Court clerk pavilion obviously has been halted, and I know there's a request for funds to be repositioned. Clerk's books first floor. I didn't have an opportunity to go by this morning, but we should be putting in carpet this week, and on the south side. And then I think we're okay for schedule. Shouldn't have any problems. The annex does start on September 3rd, but we shouldn't have any involvement with clerk books until 2025. So hopefully everything will be totally complete and satisfactory before we ever get there. Front entrance, again, we went through the phasing plan Friday with the stakeholders. I think there was a understanding of the project, and everyone understood that construction is not static, it's dynamic, but they had a pretty good understanding of what we're going to need. So I thought it was very positive, and I think all parties interested are in the loop. And so we have 4 more weeks before we would start, and they'll have an opportunity to come to our Thursday meetings and input for any changes or suggestions. Drainage culvert inventory completion as it's shown. We're over 300 miles. That should hopefully wrap up close to the end of the year or slightly into 2025. The behavioral health has been released, and we're working on drawings, and I think Stacy and I are working toward being sure and have a commitment by the end of the year and a early start in 2025. Existing jail HVAC. The site review submittal is going through for the needed items that we bid on a unit price basis. So our proposal had unit prices for those items we knew we were going to have. During this investigation, I've added a photograph, which I believe you all have, which indicates that the ductwork is far dirtier and will need a cleaning prior to our balancing and putting in equipment. So we will be bringing those proposals to you shortly. But it's sort of a little bit unexpected. Maybe not that they might be a little bit dirty, but to the extent they are. The loading dock, we should have the leveler delivered last week in August, hopefully in place by the first week in September, and we'll close that project out.
Any questions?
All right, Keith might have something.
Oh,
Excuse me. As it relates to the jail HVAC and the duct work, you need to be aware that after that's cleaned, it's more than likely going to happen again. And so routine inspections need to be made. Access or portals into the ductwork need to be included so that anybody who takes an interest there, should take an interest there, can see exactly what's happening and taking place. The airflow, the air quality could be affected again. Should this happen again and reoccur, I think in all probability it will. Just keep in mind that that has the potential to negate any good thing that's happening down there.
what's the time frame that this buildup that we're looking at right now? Keith, would you like the photograph?
Multiple years.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the timeline is. You know, if you have several people in a cell left to their own devices with very little to do, I can see where this could happen over a short period of time. The materials that are used there are toilet tissue, other paper products, toothpaste, and water. If you look in the foreground, you'll see that some of the tissue paper has obviously been wet and it will turn into a hard paper mache. I don't know why this was done. It may be that the occupants in the cells had too much air or too cold an airstream and tried to block this, or whether it was just nefarious in nature. So to answer your question, I don't know how long that takes, but I can see if enough inventory is available, that can happen over a weekend. So if left to continue to decompose, that affects the air quality and certainly the airflow into those particular cells.
Our contractor is reviewing opportunities to change the fastening system to maybe a more secure locking device. So we're working on that also at the same time.
You think maybe there's like a Groupon for the 12 vents and you get 10 free?
Yeah. I haven't seen that one yet.
I've got those for, you know, your house
Yeah.
vent cleaning.
I think this is beyond that, just a tad.
Any other questions, discussion? I'll entertain a motion to receive the report and the document.
I'll move.
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and second. All those in favor say aye. Discussion possible action to present an update on the meetings of the Citizen Oversight Advisory Board. Item number 8.
One member went with Cody and I down to Bell County, Texas last week. We reviewed their new facility, about 550 beds. It's not quite open yet. They were actually doing punch list on some floors and finishing out others. I think they're due to occupy that in the fall, so it was nice to get in there without inmates and do some lessons learned on stuff they did right, stuff they did wrong. Specifically talking to the precast vendor that created the 550 cells and what all goes into that, and how that's going to impact our schedule here. There's a couple of vendors around the country. One is Static in Georgia. They make everything there and then ship it out. And the other company that's kind of their competitor actually sets up on site. But all that New York stuff getting ready to come out, we got a tight window to.
Which one did you go see then? What was the case of? These.
Where they build
Uh-huh.
elsewhere and
Okay.
ship in.
Okay.
So it'd be from Georgia. I think they've got a plant in San Antonio as well, but the forms
not,
they
yeah.
had sold, so they'd have to retool up to be able to do it out of their San Antonio location. So it'd be a rail ship from Georgia on that particular vendor.
Do you have anything to add, Cody?
No, I thought it was really interesting how they can, you know, get the everything that's in that cell. I mean, everything is built offsite and brought in and stacked. And I will say, you know, seeing it was very helpful in comparison to some of the other tours that we've done in the past. But actually talking to the CMAR about lessons learned, I think was just as beneficial as seeing the finished product. I don't know about if Stacy feels that way, but he told me that the one thing that he would make sure that we were tracking was that we need to give our architect plenty of time to do the drawings and go through and make sure that they get everything right the first time, because you know, I think they were rushed a little bit and missed a few things, and then they're trying to fix them on the fly, and inevitably they can't catch everything right. So he said make sure that they have plenty of time with the drawings at the time. So.
Well, everything in that cell, since you're precasting it, and you get one shot at it.
Yeah.
It's got to be right, because once they start that assembly line, you can't really change your mind.
And then you got somebody else pouring concrete that's going to mesh up to there, and they had a sloppy second contractor there, so they didn't meet up exactly well. So there's lots of things to consider.
All right, I'll move to receive report.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Sorry. All right, is there any new business? Any citizens to speak? Board comments? District 1 or 3?
No, thank you.
All right, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
You have it.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Both ready? Okay, great. All right, I'll call to order the Public Buildings Advisory Committee. Meeting was promptly posted on August 9th. All 3 districts are here. The first item on the agenda is discussion possible action regarding the minutes of July 22nd.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to approve. All those in favor say aye. Item number 2, discussion possible action regarding ARPA capital projects, including but not limited to all the following. Stacy?
Deferred.
All right.
Owner's rep.
All right, no report. Item number 3, discussion possible action regarding construction of the courtroom. I would think that we will accept a motion to strike this item.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 4, discussion on possible action regarding an update from the owner's rep on PBA ARPA projects. William White and Associates.
Good morning again. Emergency op, Kraus Building. Everything seems to be going on schedule. We haven't clarified the 37th Street path forward, but it's not going to interfere currently. The project should start late October, early November. 40 weeks for phase 1, 30 weeks for phase 2. About 16 or 17-month schedule. Again, the stakeholders met with the contractor last week, and I think everyone has a good idea of what is coming up and what to be prepared for. So again, I think we're on a good track there. No, I don't see any problems currently. ICB remodel, again, I skipped over the elevators, but the goal on the elevators is to get 2 to 4 contracts out this week, followed by the balance of the 6. The ICB remodel, we're working on cost reports and getting the estimate cleaned up. That one will be a little tighter on schedule at the end of the year, but I don't have any questions that it'll get done, and we're in good shape.
Any questions?
All right. Move to receive. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to receive report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 5, discussion possible action regarding Investors Capital Building exterior. No report. Item number 6 is the same on the interior. No report.
Item 7 has to do with the electrical service to the Kraus property. OG&E has asked for an easement. Current service. current service is overhead from the entrance off of 36th north to the north building. We've asked that that be constructed in such a way and replaced so that it's underground. Every time we have storms, we have problems out there. It's three-phase service and will always drop a leg of power, and I believe that's the issue with the chiller out there today. OG&E is asking for an easement with a construction agreement soon to follow. I'd like to put this on the next possible PBA meeting for approval.
Any questions or discussion?
At one point, I think they were wanting to put some facility out there.
There was a pump
maintenance little-
station, I think,
yeah,
is
the
what you were
pump station.
talking about.
Is that any way related to this?
No.
Okay. All right. Because there was issues there. I just want to make sure that we weren't revisiting that.
Separate project.
I'll motion to recommend approval to the PBA for this easement.
And we're not anticipating any of these changes with this easement affecting any of our construction.
No, and I should point out also that this construction work verbally at this point has will come to us at no cost. OG&E
Second.
will absorb the cost. You see a tree line there located on the east side of the two buildings. That will all have to come out in order for this work to occur.
That'll also kind of free that space up a little bit too. 'Cause it's kind of tight.
Mhm.
I already did. Yeah.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Keith.
Any new business? Any citizens wishing to speak? Board comments? One or three?
Thank you.
All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.